This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Today, we are learning more about the events leading up to the recapture of the state hospital inmate who escaped last week. More on how Christopher Lee Prey got free and how police caught up with him.
And the man accused of stabbing two black teens on the MAX train last week is expected to appear in court today. It turns out Adrian Cummins should not have been out on the streets in the first place. Plus,
I think for 20 years of walking the line and dropping fire by hand, it sure is make it a little bit safer for all of us.
He's talking about fighting fire with fire and doing it with a drone. We're going to talk about this new tool designed to help fight wildfires from the sky that will also hopefully keep firefighters safer on the ground. That story is coming up here in just a few minutes.
And there are multiple schools going back to class this morning. Salem, Kaiser, and Hillsborough, welcome back. And good luck. Lots of kids heading off. It's an exciting day. What about the forecast, Rodney?
Oh, the forecast is exciting too. Yes, it is. Hey, by the way, today is the day that the climate high for Portland falls from 80 to 79. As we're getting into late summer weather patterns. And that late summer weather pattern also producing another start where a lot of you are in the 40s. Sherwood, Tigard, Hillsborough, Forest Grove, Scappoose, Gresham, Happy Valley, Oregon City, Sandy. It's a long list. Good morning. You're all waking up into the 40s. I'm out of breath, so I can't do this map. But it is 46 up in Estacada. Here's a look at our planner for today. Another delightful one coming. Mostly sunny skies. 66 at noon, a high today of 77. Any problems out there, Chris?
Not that I can see just yet, but you know, my seat warmer worked this morning, so that's good. No, it's not that cold, but here we go. Live look from the Sylvan Hill. Traffic rolling along just fine on Highway 26. I-5 out of Wilsonville. There's your northbound commute. Headlights coming towards you. That's in good shape. All green on the traffic map. No crashes. No unexpected delays, guys.
Looking good, Chris. Thank you. Today, Portland City Council will reconsider an ordinance to try and cut down on public drug use during its afternoon meeting. The proposal would add drugs to an already existing ban on drinking alcohol in public. But state law only allows cities to ban public alcohol consumption, not drug use, meaning state lawmakers or courts would have to step in for the ordinance to take effect. Mayor Ted Wheeler introduced a similar ordinance in June, but tabled it after the state passed a bill strengthening penalties for fentanyl possession. The council meeting starts at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
The man accused of throwing rocks through the windows of more than a dozen Gresham businesses is expected to be arraigned later this morning. A grand jury indicted Garrett Fine on 16 charges for vandalizing at least 10 businesses. Police arrested Fine 5 times this summer alone for similar incidents. He kept getting released from jail, but this time they are keeping him held in custody.
Also today, the man accused of stabbing 2 black teenagers on a MAX train last weekend is expected to be in court for the second day in a row. Yesterday, Adrian Cummins pleaded not guilty to almost a dozen charges, including attempted murder, assault, and bias crime. Today, a judge will decide if Cummins should remain in jail. But we have learned he should have never been out on the streets in the first place after getting arrested in mid-August. The Multnomah County DA's office saying that the court ordered the county jail to book Cummins, but the jail turned him away. We reached out to the sheriff's office for clarification. They told us a person may be refused to be booked for a number of reasons, but most commonly due to medical or health reasons or missing information.
Well, you might remember seeing this video. It shows Portland fire crews pulling escaped Oregon State Hospital patient Christopher Prey from a mud pit in North Portland. Turns out they had no clue it was him at the time.
Yeah, the ending to a wild story, and that was just part of the update Oregon State Police gave us yesterday. KGW's Alma McCarty pieces together the timeline of events that led to Prey's capture.
On August 30th, Prey's first day at the Oregon State Hospital, police say he was involved in a cafeteria fight and taken to a Salem hospital for treatment. It was on his way back, OSP says Prey took control of his transport van and drove off from an unsecured area at the state hospital. At the time, Prey had shackles on his legs, a belly chain, and handcuffs. How he got control of the van and what exactly happened to the driver is still unclear. OSP would only say that the person is physically okay. About 30 minutes after the van was reported stolen, around 11:10 at night, Kaiser police spotted it and tried to stop it. But OSP says prey fled down I-5 South. Both departments followed at first, but stopped, saying the incident did not meet the pursuit policy. The next day, OSP issued an alert to the public about prey's criminal history and potential threat to the community. Cut to Friday, September 1st. Firefighters get the call to rescue a man stuck in the middle of a North Portland pond. Using a ladder, crews throw him a rope and drag him to safety.
He actually reported being stuck in that mud for over 12 hours. It's very fortunate that he was even alive at that point.
When they pulled him out, Portland Fire and Rescue did not know this was prey. But once in the hospital, a Legacy employee recognized him and alerted PPB, who took him back into custody. Alma McCarty, KGW News.
Some parents are now supporting the teacher strike in the Camas School District. They'll join educators on the picket line outside district headquarters at 11:30 this morning. Today marks 1 week of no school in Camas. The teachers union says the two sides met again yesterday, but still haven't reached a deal. In the meantime, a bargaining session between Evergreen teachers and their district yesterday didn't produce a new contract either. That strike is now in its 5th day. We do have a list of what teachers in both districts are asking for. You'll find that on our website, kgw.com.
And between today and the 17th, OHSU nurses will have the opportunity to vote on whether to authorize a strike. The Oregon Nurses Association, which is the union representing nurses, says after 9 months and 30 meetings, they still have not reached a deal with the hospital system. Sticking points include staffing levels, investments in workplace safety, as well as retention and recruitment. If a strike is authorized, more than 3,000 nurses at OHSU could hit the picket line.
Firefighters working the Camp Creek fire burning near the Bull Run Reservoir have a new tool at their disposal. It's a drone that can drop fire from the air. Yes, we said fire, fighting fire with fire in this case. So the process is called aerial ignition. It helps firefighters start controlled burns that deprive the larger fire of fuel. The drone can carry about 100 spheres, which are filled with 2 kinds of chemicals that mix before they're released. After the chemical reaction, the ball hits the ground and starts to slowly burn.
In the past, we would have folks in the hotshots on the ground running crews, lighting with torches, and now we have essentially some eyes in the sky. They can see through the smoke. They can see the people's body heat. They can see the aerial ignition line as it kind of bumps up against the hand line.
Again, that drone is at their disposal at this point, but crews said they haven't actually used the drone yet, and they haven't dropped spheres at the Camp Creek fire. The fire has burned around 1,600 acres, and it's now 16% contained.
I'm telling you, technology is good, but Mother Nature giving those fire crews some help as well.
Again, the rain that we had, our backyard at home, I mean, it's green.
Yeah,
it's nothing that I did. It was enough rain to really kind of turn the tide.
No yard work for Ron.
Wait a minute. We've established years ago, you don't do the yard work anyway.
No, Grandpa Kim mows the grass, but I do everything else.
Okay. That rain really greened things up, though. I agree.
Thank you for changing the topic with Grandpa Kim, Brenda. The cooler weather pattern as well. Often, if you've lived here for a long time, we get the big fires burning, and you just realize they're not going to get put out, or in some cases even under control, until we get closer to October 1. But the last couple of weeks, we've seen tremendous slowing of the fire activity overall. Air quality numbers continue to be mainly in the good categories statewide of Oregon and Washington this morning. And more cool weather for this time of the year continues to march in. There's a little wave passing mainly to our north. It is producing some rain up along the northern coast of Washington this morning. Right now, it looks like we'll stay dry in that story. Maybe we'll stay dry up in the Long Beach Peninsula. We are getting some cloudiness up that direction. You drop in the Tillamook, it's foggy. We're getting a little bit of cloudiness up in Cowlitz County right now, but other than that, it's mainly clear out there. 55 degrees is the current temperature out at the airport here in Portland. It's 50 up in Kelso. Salem 51, Eugene 48. It's another morning with cool temperatures, and afternoon highs generally are expected to average below normal across our state once again. That's great news for the men and women battling the blazes across the great Northwest. All right, there is a spotty storm chance today out across eastern Oregon. Most of you will stay dry. Temperatures here not bad, getting up to around 80 degrees. Here in the valley, could be an 80-degree number down around Eugene. Salem, though, McMinnville, Corvallis, all expected to stop around 77 degrees. Light winds in the valley, similar numbers up into southwest Washington. Again, reporting some cloudiness currently up in Cowlitz County, but a mostly sunny day is expected. Our 7 days all dry and pretty much all comfortable. 77 today, 78 tomorrow. A little bit of a warm up still showing into the weekend. I've got Saturday 84, but then look, Sunday 80, Monday 78, Tuesday 78 degrees. Very nice indeed. I'm taking a bow for the pleasant weather.
Why, thank you, Rod. Thank you so much for your kind
That's your
work.
second bow this morning.
Well, I know. I'm feeling good.